Welcome back to another episode of Flexbone 101. Today we are talking about the midline play, which is another staple of the Flexbone offense. It's an inside option play that takes advantage of defenses that overplay the inside veer. So similar to the inside veer, we're going to have one unblocked defender. Now, when we move up to the line of scrimmage, we're going to need to be able to identify the read. That handoff key, or number one, is going to be the first defensive lineman outside of the A gap. So we'll bring up our base formation. In order to make it look similar to inside veer, we've got our A back going into tail motion. And what we're going to have is on the snap of the ball, the quarterback is going to hand off the ball to the running back 100% of the time unless that read comes down on the running back and attempts to tackle him. If that happens, then the quarterback is going to pull the ball and he's going to go through the B gap that was originally occupied by the read. So the idea is you're going to get that one tackle to make a poor decision, and depending on what he does, either the running back or the quarterback is going to have an open lane. So if we're going to look at how we're going to block this, we'll go first against a 4-4 or a 4-2-5. The play side guard I have going to the outside of the read. He could also take an inside release if that tackle goes to the outside B gap. We've got the play side tackle takes the defensive end, and the play side A back arc blocks similar to inside veer. Or as a small wrinkle, you can have him fold inside the play side tackle to get a better angle on that outside backer. And the rest of the offensive lineman steps play side and scoops. Now, if we bring up the 3-5 or the 5-3 defense stacked, we put that defense out there. Notice that the first defender outside the A gap is still that tackle over our offensive tackle. So it's going to cause that read to be further out, which is going to cause the quarterback to give the ball. However, as we're blocking this, our play side tackle is going to go to the outside for a linebacker. Our play side A is going to either fold or arc block again, and the rest of our line is blocking play side. And our wide receivers are going to block the corners. So now that you know how to run the play, now it's a matter of when to call it. So when to run midline. If you have a 2, 3, or 4 eye technique to the play side, as I've highlighted here, the idea is that there's an open gap there on that A gap that you can exploit. And as soon as you get them to start coming down in the A gap, then it's open for the quarterback to pull it through the B gap. Or another time you would want to call it is if the play side or middle linebacker is scraping hard on inside veer, causing that lane to open up even further. So now let's take a look at what this play looks like in real life. Notice that the defensive tackle is head up on the center and in the A gap, so that means our read bumps out to the defensive end to the outside. Our guard is going to chip that defensive tackle and block up field. Our offensive tackle is going to loop to the outside to get a block. Our A back is going to arc block. And you'll see that the number one knifes into the backfield for the dive and causes the QB to pull the ball. Unfortunately, the QB has nowhere to go.
Thomas looking for somebody to pitch it to, and there was...
That's all we have today for the midline. I hope you enjoyed it and found this informative. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them below and be on the lookout for more videos coming soon.